This video is going to be for all of my last minute gift givers. I hope you guys enjoy it and it inspires you. My friends, we are going to start off with some bleached t-shirts. So I have this sweater from Walmart. It was $8. I have this plywood. Now this is going in between our shirt so that it doesn't seep through to the backside. Dollar Tree spray bottle and some bleach in there. Why I'm wearing a glove on one hand and not two, I don't know. So I have it on spray right now. I'm going to saturate the bottom of my sweater, and then I'm also going to saturate the sleeves. Now with this, I was using the No Splash bleach, and as I watched more videos, I realized they do not recommend that. I was having a really hard time getting it out of the spray bottle. So now you can see I'm starting to like shape a square in the middle. I also learned that maybe go a little bit smaller with your shape because it actually expands as it starts to dry. Then I turn my spray bottle to stream, and that's where I get like those lines that are going all over the sweater. This is actually really fun. You could get super creative with it. And let me tell you, if you live in a hot area with a lot of sunshine, this is going to go by so much faster, because I did one when we actually had some heat and sunshine here, and it dried within like 5 minutes. This took all night for me to dry. So I just flipped it over, left the plywood in there. I'm going to hang dry it, and I'm going to allow it to do its thing. Next, I get a Bella Canvas t-shirt, and you can see I'm just putting it over that plywood, and then I'm going to lay it down. And this way I don't saturate the back of our shirt. Now this one I'm going to do it a little differently. I wanted to do a circle, and I'm freehanding this. Some people actually like tape off the space they're going to be working with, but I was just going with the flow and it ended up working out for me. So I have it on spray for this, then I'll turn it to stream, and that's where you're going to get the fun lines, and then I hang it up and do the back. Now, after these dried, I threw them in a cold wash cycle inside out, and then I threw them on a tumble dry after that. So now we get our Cricut heat press. I prepped the t-shirt first for 5 seconds. Now I'm putting my heat transfer vinyl on there. My Cricut Easy Press on 335, 15-second increments. And you can see the Easy Press is obviously smaller than my graphics, so I have to do it in sections. But y'all, this is so easy. So that took me a minute total. I'm going to turn it around, apply heat for like 5 seconds on the back. Now this is Sizer Easy Weed Heat Transfer Vinyl, so you peel it while it is still hot. So I just wait like a couple seconds so it's, you know, cool enough for me to actually touch it. And I peel it back, and I have this stunning shirt. Now I wanted to show you the second one. So this was our sweater. Again, 335, 15 seconds. And you guys, I just think this is such a fun way of personalizing a Christmas gift. It's going to be something they're actually going to want to wear. If you have like teens in your life and stuff, like these shirts are so hot right now. And like I said, this sweater was only $8 at Walmart. You could get shirts 40% off, I think, every day at Hobby Lobby. And it took me 2 days because I actually had to wait a long time for my bleach to dry. But so awesome. Let me know if it inspired you to get out those Cricut machines. And I believe you can do heat transfer with a regular, like everyday iron. It's just going to take you a little bit more time, and you're just going to have to apply a little bit more pressure. But y'all, do these not look like retail shirts? Like, yes, ma'am. Those are so cute. Let me know what you think. All right, I'm going to talk real quick. We got our wood round. This is from Home Depot, 18 inches. We are going to try the gel stain again, but this time your girl is going to pay attention to if it actually dries faster than the oil-based stains, because if that is the case, that would be a game changer, because then I wouldn't have to wait 24 hours to continue the process of my wood rounds. So we're going to take our gel stain microfiber cloth. You could get a huge pack of them on Amazon. I believe I have some on my Amazon store link, and some rubber gloves. Let's get started. Okay, you guys, so we are going to start staining. We're going to go with the wood, with the grain of the wood. We're going to hit the front and then the back. Now, I did pay attention to dry time on this. For me, I ended up waiting the 20, like letting it dry overnight because I kept going back. I even tried like drying it with my heat gun and it kept having like a sticky, tacky residue. So I didn't feel comfortable putting my paint over that. So I ended up waiting overnight to actually apply the white chalk paint. So I don't know if that's just my experience or what, but to each their own. All right, now I'm grabbing Rust-Oleum Linen White, my old school chip brush, and you can see I'm mostly gonna saturate my paint towards the middle of the wood round, and then I'm going to kind of fan it out as we get to the outer edges. I want this to be a very distressed look. And a chip brush, you guys, is literally like the cheapest brush you can get. You could get it at Dollar Tree, any store, Amazon, and they just have like these really wiry bristles. It's great for distressing. And like for me, I'm not good with my paintbrushes, so having something super inexpensive is right up my alley. Okay, and then I hit the sides. I leave the back blank. Okay, so now that dried, I got my Aura Mask 813 stencil vinyl. I created this one actually on my Cameo. And I am taking, I think it's called Maisie by Waverly. And this took me a while to do. Oh, I look bald. Oh my gosh, that dang acrylic. Anywho, enough about me. Okay, so I'm just using my stencil brush from Dollar Tree. I'm going to do 2 coats of this. After that dries down, I'm going to then go with my red. Now, if any of you guys remember my Christmas DIY videos, I was using the red and I was so confused because when I was pilling up my Aura Mask, the red chalk paint was pilling up with it. And I had never had that happen before. So I used it again and it's definitely this chalk paint. I guess I got a bad batch. I don't know what was going on, but it was definitely you, not me kind of thing. Okay, you know? All right, so I do that. We take off the stencil vinyl, and then I did take it outside. I sprayed it with 1 coat of clear matte Rust-Oleum spray paint. That way we don't have the red smearing over the white. Then I'm taking polyacrylic. Polyacrylic water-based. It holds up. It's very durable. This is what I use if I'm doing inside projects. And it is food safe after it has cured. So I'm going to put 2 coats on the top, 2 coats on the bottom. Make sure that I do my sides as well. I'm going to go ahead and let that dry. And then we are going to apply some handles. So I got these at Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off, so $2 each. And you guys, I don't know if this is the easiest way to do it. Most of the time, I'm just like winging it, like in motherhood, life, work, and putting handles on wood rounds. And I just make it work for me. So I don't know if that's the right way, but it's the way that works. I get a yardstick, I put it where I think the middle is, and then I try and measure across. So you guys, I hope I'm a great teacher for you. So once I get it, I am going to get my drill and I'm going to pre-drill holes. And the reason I did this is because I had flathead screws. I think that's what they're called. So I couldn't use my screw guns. I had to do it by hand. So it just makes twisting that screw in there a lot easier when there's a pre-drilled hole. So y'all, I know this might look intimidating, but wood rounds are very easy. They're very inexpensive to make. And once you like make a few, it's like making a box cake. Like it's just so easy. So you know what? Don't be intimidated. Go get one. Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, and make one. This will definitely be a gift. Like if you were doing bad Santa or something with your family that people are going to be fighting over. Look at that wood grain up there. Ooh. This came out so good, you guys. Let me know what you think about it. All right. So this next DIY, you guys, if you have been on my channel, you guys know I like coasters. So I want to show you options. So we have the ceramic coasters. These are from Home Depot. They're 8 cents each, you guys. 8 cents. Then we have the black ones, which are Dollar Tree. Those are $1 each. And let me tell you, the bath tile ones are a lot bigger and way cheaper. So I say go with those. So we are going to cut down our scrapbook paper. Oh, Hank's going to start, you guys. I'm going to cut these down to 4x4 pieces. Now, these are going to be smaller than my ceramic tile. And the reason I do that is because these tiles are like, they taper off at the edges. So I don't want like an overhang. I don't want the paper coming up on me. So I just make them a little smaller so I know that they're gonna lay flat. So I'm gonna cut all of our paper. Now I'm gonna go over to the Dollar Tree coaster, apply some Mod Podge. Now I say you don't need a lot of Mod Podge, y'all. Put a light coat on the coaster, a light coat on your paper. Then you're going to apply it on there. You're going to get this little spatula thing. This, I believe you could get on plaid.com. And this is going to push all of that excess Mod Podge out, any of the bubbles you have. And let me tell you, these came out absolutely seamless. I don't know why. I love making coasters. I made coasters last year. I make coasters all the time. Who am I kidding? All right, so we're gonna do this step for the ceramic coasters as well in a different scrapbook design, of course. Now with these, like I said, I make the scrapbook paper a little smaller, so you're gonna have the edges showing. Now, if it's appropriate, you could leave it white, but for me, I wanted to use this gray chalk paint to kind of make like a faux concrete look. So I go around the edges of all four. I'm going to go ahead and let those dry, and then I am going to then apply the scrapbook paper. Exact same. Sorry if you hear pages. My kids are reading next to me. No, I'm not sorry because they're reading, so that makes me happy. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these. We're going to let them dry. Then we apply another coat of Mod Podge on top. Now, this is not going to be the last step. We are going to take it a step further here. I'm going to use this Krylon clear glaze. It's like a triple thick glaze, and this will protect it even further from the condensation, heat, and it just takes it up a notch, like look-wise. It just makes it look more like a finished product. So make sure you wear a mask. You're in a well-ventilated area because this stuff is stinky. Like, it smells so bad. You're going to spray an even coat. So you're going to like go right, and then you're going to come back again left, and then you're going to let this dry for 2 to 3 minutes, and then you come back, you do a second coat, let them cure overnight, and then you have yourselves these stunning coasters. So these, absolutely beautiful. I did put the adhesive cork from Dollar Tree on the back with a little bit of hot glue, and these look like something that you'd get at Anthropologie. Like, I hope my sister-in-law loves these. And you guys, like I said, the personalization, and they're so inexpensive to create. So if you're on a tight budget this year, dude, go get the Home Depot tiles and make these. So inexpensive. Look at these. These are like, I don't know, Pottery Barn? Maybe not Pottery Barn. Where? Okay, anyways. So now we're going to make another wood piece. I'm going to leave these measurements down in the description box for you. So you're going to need a piece of 1x6 and a 1x4. I am going to stain. I'm going to use the baby wipe method. I did not want to wait for the stain to dry. So this is a great way of speeding up the process, but also getting the stain wood look. So all I do is I grab my baby wipe, I dip it in the lid of my chalk paint, and then I rub it over my wood. And this is a great way you could see, like, you could still see the wood grain coming out. And the best part is, get your heat gun on that thing and these dry immediately, just like if it were regular chalk paint. So after we're done with that, we're going to put it together. So my 1x6 is going to go as my base, and then I'm going to start building my box. Again, I'll leave the measurements down below for you. And with this, okay, so I'm lining it all up. Now I'm going to take wood glue. This is just wood glue from Dollar Tree. And I am going to put a nice thin, I'm not like a thin line, but like you don't want to like oversaturate it. So I'm going to do that so that they connect on the bottom. Then I'm going to get my clamps. You could get these at the hardware store. I think we got ours at Menards. And I'm going to clamp them in the middle where the wood connects to each other. And you don't have to do this step at all. There's a lot of times I just would let it dry just like that. But the way my husband sanded these down, oh, we won't get into that. Oh, all right. So I go ahead and clamp those. We're gonna let that dry. Once it's dry, I'm gonna get my nail gun. That went through the side, so I'm gonna just get that, tap it back in. There we go. And I'm gonna put 2 on each side where the wood connects to each other. This is just added security. You don't want it falling apart. Now I'm gonna drill a hole. I think this one was like 17/8 or I don't know. I'll put it in the description box. And you guys, this is the table underneath my measuring mat, which is so beautiful. I got it on Facebook for free. And I am going to go ahead and use permanent vinyl. You guys know I usually do paint, but I was in a time crunch, so I use permanent vinyl. But nonetheless, now you have yourselves this cute solo cup holder, and this is going to be a great gift for those friends that like to host gatherings or do events, like if you have like a lake house, things like that. And you could personalize the front to say so many different things, which is awesome. And it's something that somebody's actually going to use, which is the best part. Who wants a Christmas gift they're going to throw in the back of their closet? Not me. Okay, so this is the last one. I got this transfer paper from Walmart, and I wanted to give options out there to people that didn't have a Cricut. So these are fabric transfers, again, from Walmart. And they do come with with instructions, so I don't want to go too into detail, but I will definitely still walk you through the process. So it says that you need to have, obviously, a pillowcase below. You need to be doing it on a hard surface. It says do not do it on an ironing board. And I am taking tea towels that I got from Wally World. I already washed them and dried them since they're 100% cotton. And now I'm just ironing them out. Is there a trick to washing tea towels? Seriously, these look like a mess after you wash them. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't usually work with tea towels. All right, so now we're gonna go over to our computer and we're gonna get into Canva. Okay, you guys, so I am on Canva. Canva is free. You do have to like create an account. Not all images are free though. So right here you can see I chose 3 images already. 1, 2, and 3. Now I could only make them as big as my paper. So even though I measured that I could do my image about 10 by 10, obviously our paper is 8.5 by 11 inches. So I could only go 8.5 inches wide. Okay. So for like these images, just to show you, all I did was go to Elements, and then I had searched boho. These are gonna be for my sister-in-law, totally her vibe. And you can see there's like tons of images. Now I do have a paid account. So like the ones that say pro, those you do have to have a paid account for, but there are some free ones. So I just searched through here. I found a couple that, I don't know, I thought she would like and I thought were funky. So we are gonna print these onto our transfer sheets. Now I'm gonna load this into the printer. The stripe side is going to, oops, sorry if you saw that curse word, down, and then this is going to be the front. So the matte plain side is what we're going to print onto. Okay, so when I go over here, I'm trying not to show you my mouse pad because it has curse words on it, but later. So when I download this, I do it as a PDF print. I want it high quality. And I'm going to download these. So I'm just saving them to my computer, and now we are going to print them out. All right, so I learned a couple things. I did do one prior to this one. And on the instructions, it says cut like a 1/8 inch border around the image, which I did. Well, when I did that, it says anything that's white will be transparent when you apply the picture. Well, when they say it's going to be transparent, I mean, you could see the transparency. You could see the clear film around it. So for this one, I decided I was going to cut the entire image, leaving no white around it, and then see how it would look. So again, we're on a hard surface. I have a pillowcase down below. Make sure to use a lint roller. This stuff literally picks up any little tiny piece of lint that you got on there. Put it face down. You're going to use a household iron on the highest setting, which I think is like cotton. And then you have to have a firm hand, okay? Press down on that baby. It's going to take around 2 minutes or so. And this was definitely a learning curve. This would have gone a lot easier if you do have like an easy press or something. Would go a lot easier and faster. You could tell like I'm using pressure. You could see my knuckles. I'm like, let's do this. Okay. So then I peel it back, and you'll know, like if it's really hard and it's not coming off, then just put that iron right back over it. It does state to peel it while it is hot. So I'm going to grab it and look at these. Look at all of that color. I mean, this is such a beautiful idea. You can make t-shirts, aprons, towels, all that stuff. So I found this image, you guys. I cut it out again. I didn't want any of the white around it. And this comes out seriously looking like it belongs in Pottery Barn Kids. I love it. I'm also sending these to my sister-in-law for Christmas as well. So again, using tons of pressure, a lot of heat, and did that for like around 2 minutes. Then while it's hot, I go ahead and peel this off. And this is, you guys, I mean, you can't buy this in a store. I made these especially for her and her vibe, and I think that's like really cool. Like nobody else, like if her friends come over and they're like, oh my gosh, that's adorable, where can I get it? It's like nowhere. You can't get it anywhere else. And then I wanted to show you right here, like see how around this image you could see the clear. And then I was trying to show you all of the lint that got trapped underneath that clear right there. Was crazy. All right. So here is the final product. Look at how cute. It's a little bunny and a little dog. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love them. They also have sheets in there for dark fabrics as well. So Walmart, you guys. All right. These are such a beautiful gift to receive, and you can personalize them by saying different things. I am taking this piece of wood. This is a 1x6, and I think it is about 14 inches long. And I stained it with some blue acrylic paint mixed into some water. And I am just taking some flowers from Dollar Tree. You can do felt flowers. Possibilities are endless with this one. I am going to take a sawtooth hanger, and I am going to take a photo clip here. For the sawtooth hanger, you can grab some you can grab some at Walmart if you are doing this last minute. And there are some where you don't even need the nails like I'm using. You can just hammer the actual sawtooth in. Now I'm going to take my my decal. I made this with Oracle 651 permanent vinyl in white. And like I said, like instead of putting mommy, this could say grandma, this could say nana, this could say auntie. I mean, there's all different sayings that you could put on here. So I'm going to put that on, peel off my backing. Now I am going to, I always use one picture to measure. I'm going to screw that photo holder in. And then I am going to glue the florals onto the right. And you can see I had kept those florals there when I was placing that decal, so I knew where to position it. And you guys, this was so quick, so easy, great way to use some of your scrap wood. And don't forget, you could run to Home Depot and you could have them cut quite a few of these off of one 8-foot piece, and then you'd have multiple gifts. All right, this one, another easy. Look at my Everett. He's so cute. I don't know the exact sizes. This came from an old video, you guys. So you're going to have to guesstimate here. I am just taking this wood. I believe I stained it with worn navy, and I'm going to take some twine. We're going to tie some knots. Look it, I had nails in this video. How cute. And I am going to staple that to the back. Now, when you wrap this around, you want to make sure this is super, super tight. It kind of loses its tightness. Does that make sense? As you play around with like putting different photos in. So you want to make this as tight as you possibly can so that it does not start sagging. So again, tie another knot on that. Double knot it if you can. Then you're going to take your stapler. You are not, I mean, you could hot glue this. If you don't have a stapler and you're in a bind, you can hot glue this, but it's not going to stay very tight like it would if you were stapling it. So I'm going to cut that excess off, flip it back over, take this felt flower. I think I got this on clearance at Michael's, and this one is done. And when I say these are quick, these are quick. Look at that. All done. I'm going to slide a little photo in there. And how cute would this be to give to like grandma, grandpa, or, you know, if you have kids, put a picture of like them and you in there when they were little. I think this would be so adorable. And I still have this. It's in my office. And here is a 4x6. This could be cute to give to coworkers, to give to someone that has like office space, or geez, anyone. It's an inspirational quote. So this was a random 2x4 that I had sitting in the garage. Again, not sure of the sizes, you guys. And I am going to use some of these paper flowers. Hobby Lobby, in their paper section, these go 50% off quite often. So wait for the sale because I definitely think they're a little pricey when they're regular price. Now I'm going to take Elephant by Waverly. No, and okay. I guess this is before I had steel and I wanted it light gray because I was like, what am I doing? And I'm going to give it a messy coat of paint. Anytime you have something that's freestanding, make sure you paint the back because it will be seen. So we're going to paint the front, the back, and the sides of this. You're going to let it dry, obviously. After we're done with that, then we are going to take your... yeah, I was like, you better paint the back, Sammy. Jeez Louise. Then we're going to flip this on over and we're going to take our decal. I made it with 6x1 Oracle vinyl. Oracle vinyl. No, not Oracle. Yeah, Oracle. Yeah, you guys, I'm a mess. And again, I'm pre-placing those flowers so that I know where and how my decal is going to fit. I did not glue them on. Don't glue them on until you are done with your decal, because then you might want to add more or you might want to move them around. And I think this is just Courier font, and it just says your potential is endless. Give this to a new mom. That would be really cute too. But you can put any quote that you want, any saying on this you want. It's just these are here for inspiration and to help guide you into some easy gift giving ideas for Christmas. Oh, I got these on clearance. Hey, who doesn't love clearance? I do. Okay, and then we're just going to hot glue. Look at how cute this little arrangement is. I feel like floral paper florals look so high end. You can also make your, ooh, my eyelashes look good there. Okay, anyways, you can make your own felt flowers as well for another personal touch. Now we have this one, which is very easy. This would be very cute for like a couple that just had a new baby or anything like that. I am going to use this beautiful, I'm sorry you guys, so rude to yawn, but I'm so tired and it's so dreary outside. It's just that weather, you know? So I'm taking this beautiful piece of wood. Look at that. Oh my goodness, all of that color, that gray in there. I was not about to stain this beauty, not happening. So I'm going to take my stencil, and I've explained to you guys, if you have watched a lot of my wood videos, that a lot of times when I first started making wood signs and in my YouTube videos, I used permanent vinyl as a stencil, and you still can, and I still probably would sometimes. I would use permanent vinyl if I was doing it on a raw piece of wood or a stained piece of wood, because I know it's not going to pill up any kind of paint. So if you guys are in a bind, you don't have stencil vinyl, you can use permanent vinyl on any surface that isn't actually paint, because if you are trying to put this over paint, it'll pill it up. So this is just saying 2 + 2 = family. And I'm going to lay that on there, and all I'm going to do here is paint. I didn't want to stain it. Like I said, that wood grain was so beautiful, was not about to touch it. So I'm going to peel back that Transfer Ease vinyl tape, and I even got it pretty darn straight. Oh my goodness. And if I had time, you guys, I would put these SVG vials up for sale, but I doubt I'm going to get to it. But if I do, I will put these on my website. So I am just taking some painter's tape, and I am going to go around the edges because I did not make this stencil wide enough. So we don't want to get paint anywhere on our edges. I'm going to take some linen white, linen chalk paint. Yeah. And I am going to take my sponge roller, and I am going to do 2 coats of this for a nice smooth finish. Remember, never push down on your roller, because that will cause you to have bleeds underneath your vinyl. I'm going to go ahead and let that dry, and you could also hit this with like a cool setting on your hair blow dryer or your heat gun, and then you're going to peel this baby off. And I love how this turned out. I don't know. I don't think I have this. No, it wouldn't even work anyways, because now we have Montgomery. So there's that. But very cute and simple way. And like I said, you guys, especially if you're doing these wood gifts, if you go to Home Depot, if you don't have a cutting machine, buy a 1x6, buy like an 8-foot one, and then have them cut them down to about either 14 or 16 inch pieces, and you're going to get quite a few pieces of wood out of that 8-foot, and then you can make tons of these gifts with them. So it will also be almost an inexpensive gift as well. And wood prices are going down, it says, so I'm really excited about that. And look at how cute. And you're going to flip this around. You could put a sawtooth hanger on here. If, again, this is last minute, you don't have sawtooth hangers, then go ahead and get some twine and then staple it to the back of this, and they could hang it with twine as well. So that's another option and substitution for the sawtooth hanger. And look at how cute that turned out. This one, you guys, when we talk about easy, I'm talking about easy, okay? This is probably like an 8x8, I want to say. And I'm going to take, is this celery? I cannot read this far away. That is not celery. That's, what's the other one called? Moss. This is moss. And we're going to do a messy coat. And can I just point out that, I mean, even if this isn't a gift, if you're somebody that does craft shows or anything like that, these are the easiest photo holders to make. And like I said, if you can make this like the day of you going and celebrating Christmas with somebody, and it'll be ready. So 8x8, I'm personally doing a messy look. You don't have to do it crisp and clean. You do you, right? And again, you need to make sure you do the back because it'll be freestanding. This one is not going on the wall and will not have a sawtooth hanger on it. Now we're going to flip it on over. I'm going to take some of this floral ribbon. I actually got this on Facebook Marketplace. Always look there, you guys. And it was probably way cheaper. And I'm going to do a basic bow. And I mean basic, okay? We're going to hot glue those ends together. Easy peasy. I'm going to find my middle. And then I am just going to pinch it together and then bring it out. And what do I do next? Isn't that so stinking cute? The colors go so well. I hot glued this one. That's weird. That's weird of me. And then I'm going to grab another piece so that we can put a center on our bow. It's so funny to see past videos and be like, oh, why'd you do it like that? Why didn't you just tie it off with twine? But I don't know. So I'm going to put that in the middle. Easy peasy. Hot glue it. Use whatever ribbon you have. Use burlap. Use anything. You could use smaller ribbon as well. I'm going to hot glue that directly to the wood piece. And now I'm just going to take a clothespin, you guys. These are the smaller ones. You could even find these at Dollar Tree. Any craft store has them. If you have a larger piece of wood, you could probably use just a regular clothespin, but it would be far too big for this one. Or you could even use one of those photo clips that we used earlier. But this was such an easy way. It was freestanding. You don't have to hang it up or anything. And it does not take any time at all to make these. So I hope this was some good last minute inspiration for you guys. Y'all know I love my wood signs. So I was happy to give this video life again because these were from when I first started YouTube, and I think that they are amazing ideas for last minute Christmas gifts. Let me know if you're going to think about making any of these for the holiday season, meaning Christmas, which is Sunday and right around the corner. Luckily for me, we're pretty much done. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. We got some more to come right after this one. So keep on watching. Make sure to hit subscribe. Make sure to like and make sure to leave your girl a comment down below. It really, really helps my channel out. I appreciate y'all so much. Let's get to the next ones. For this super easy gift idea, you're going to need a total of 4 2x2 pieces, and then these are 2x8 pieces. I'm going to take my hammer and I'm going to de-stress this down so it doesn't look like a brand new piece of wood. What I'm doing right now is putting it in my lap and hammering on it so it doesn't shake my table. And then you'll see, like, I'm just doing a side angle of the front of the hammer, and then I use the back of the hammer as well. Now I'm going to take this, I think is golden pecan, and you can see how the wood is looking like it's aged, not brand new from the store. And that's exactly what I was going for here. I'm using a microfiber cloth to apply my stain, and I'm wearing gloves. This is going to be, you guys, such an easy way of giving a very high-end looking gift to multiple people, friends, family, doesn't matter. So after I'm done with this one, I'm going to stain the legs. Now, like I said, this is like scrap wood stuff. So I know for sure that this 2x2 is pine wood, and I know that because of the color. Now the 2x8 had more of a red, almost like a cedar. I don't know why we would have had that kind of wood, but it definitely had a different color to it. So keep that in mind. Luckily for me, these 2x2s were very rough, so it ended up blending in. Now I'm going to show you this awesome little staining trick. Is it a trick? Is it a method? I don't know. But I'm distressing this wood just like we did with the first one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of that golden pecan stain, and I am going to just, you saw I put patches of it on. Then I take my worn navy and I'm going around those brown areas and then kind of just dusting lightly over the edges of the brown so it looks like it flows together and it doesn't just look like patches or like, you know, cow print that you put on there. And you can see how beautifully this ends up blending out. I am obsessed with this color duo here. Like, it is everything. So I'm going to do the same thing with the back, and then we are going to do the legs. Now the legs, again, the two colors of wood were different. So what I ended up finding working for me was getting red mahogany and putting that as the stain color. And it was close enough. okay? So I'm gonna take these outside, let them set in the sun so that they dry fast. Now, I'm gonna take my nail gun, and for those of you that are new to power tools, nail guns have tons of different sizes when it comes to nails. You need something that's gonna go through your first piece of wood into your second piece of wood. So these are 2-inch nails, and nails come in, like I said, a variety of sizes. It's just going to depend on what you could see like how small those are compared to what we're using. So these are going to be fabulous, chunky, rustic risers. Okay, so I am just applying my Titebond wood glue in just the smallest amount of hot glue. And the reason I do that is because I want this to attach and adhere right away. That way I can take my nail gun and put those nails right through. If I were just to use the wood glue, I would have to wait until the wood glue either completely dried or got like a little tacky, because it stays wet for a little bit. So your wood would keep moving if you tried to put your nail through, and you don't want it moving because then you're going to have a crooked leg on your riser. Sorry for Hank walking around here. So I put 3 nails in there. Aren't these easy, you guys? And this doesn't, I mean, like, even if I were to buy this wood at the store and didn't have the scraps, this would not cost a lot. I mean, if you got an 8-foot piece, imagine how many of these you can make. So we're doing the same thing for this other one. I'm trying to make sure that I keep those rough sides of these 2x2s, which I'm using for the legs, facing outwards. This is helping with the color matching, and I really want these to be super distressed. Now that those are completely done, I'm going to take this natural wax from Minwax. My friend, you guys, dropped this off at my house when she moved like a year ago, and it's been sitting in my garage. I finally read up on it, and it says it's good to use over stained projects, painted projects. You just wouldn't want to use it on a project that needs a hard finish, like example, a coffee table where you're going to put drinks and be hard on the surface. These are going to be for decorative use, so I don't find that I need to put like a polyacrylic or a spar urethane on top of it, but you do you, and you choose how you want to finish these off. These are also fun, you guys, because you can put like monograms on top of these. You can put little sayings, doesn't matter. So now to finish this off, to show you how I would present it as a gift, I get some burlap ribbon. This does not have wire in it. I'm going to tie it in a tight knot. Now at first I did try tying it in a bow, but it was too bulky by tying it in a bow. So what I did is I took the burlap ribbon and I looped it underneath so it looked like a bow without that bulkiness. And these turned out so beautiful. You guys, look at how gorgeous these are. These are for sale on my website, and I will be making more of them in different colored duos. But you guys, these are so affordable to make. You can go to Home Depot. They can cut wood for you, so you do not need power tools of your own. And I hope they inspire you to make some gifts this year. Okay, you guys, real quick, real time, want to show you. Obviously, this piece of wood is warped. I mean, you're going to find wood like that, and depending on how you store it, wood can warp over time. So, no problem. Don't worry about that crack. It doesn't go all the way through. Not going to hurt anything. So, we obviously can't set it like this, because if it's a tray, then it's not going to be sitting flush. And do you see how it's going to move? So, we need to make sure that it is sitting with the curve downwards, because then what you're going to have is it's sitting on the ends right here and the sides, so you can still use it to hold things and it's not going to like roll away, like you could see that. Okay, so now let's get into over here. I'm going to come to my shapes. I'm going to grab a square. I'm going to unlock up top, and I am going to change this to the dimensions of our piece of wood. So I always do this. If you guys have seen my Cricut videos, you guys know that this is how I always set up my graphics. Then I search in Aztec, and you can see there's all these beautiful patterns. Even people make patterns and share them to the Cricut community. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to flip it to a 90-degree angle. And now for me, you see how the sides are flat? I want those to go all the way to the end of our wood piece. So I'm going to stretch that out, resize it. I'm going to hide this rectangle because we don't need to cut this out. And then I'm going to do Make It. I'm going to use my mat, and I'm going to use stencil vinyl. So I move that on over, and then I'm going to do stencil vinyl. For me, I'm doing less pressure only because I have a new blade in. And then I'm going to get that stencil vinyl on a standard grip mat and feed that through my Cricut Maker 3. Super easy. Now I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to place it on my, you could see it's a raw piece of wood. I have not done anything to this yet. And I'm going to butt those, the right side and the left side. Look at how perfect that fit on this piece of wood. Like, I sized this to the T. Okay. And then I am going to just peel back that transfer tape. And now we are going to do the polyacrylic method. This is polyacrylic. It is water-based. I've done this once before, but it was a super small section. So I wanted to try this on a bigger piece with a way darker color. So what I'm doing is I get my sponge paintbrush. What do you call these? Sponge? I don't know. Anyways, I chose to use the sponge because I didn't want brush strokes. And I'm just going over and putting that over my stencil. So any of the piece of wood that's showing is where we want to put it. I'm not oversaturating it, but I am putting a good coat of this on there. Then I'm going to use my heat gun. I put it on my cool setting. This heat gun is in my Amazon store for you. And then I am going to peel this back just like if we painted it, okay? You don't see anything right now, but I'm going to show you how it looks. Do you see that? How you could see the shadow of that polyacrylic? That's exactly what we want here. Now I'm going to take True Black. I think this one's by Minwax. I take my microfiber cloth and I start rubbing that over. Now, at first I was like, oh my gosh, you can't see it that well. But as the wood starts soaking up that wood stain, it starts coming to life. Like, do you see that? Do you see that beautiful image? Oh my gosh. So after I'm done applying it all over the piece of wood, I take a dry microfiber cloth and I'm wiping the excess of the stain off, and then you can really see where we put that polyacrylic. Y'all, this is like the sexiest thing I've ever made on this channel. Yes, sexy. I feel like it looks like a printed piece, like a printed nylon. Like, it's gorgeous. All right, then I'm using that same wax. This wax does dry flat, which I was all about. Now I'm going to take this measuring tape, and I am just going to determine the size of what I want my handle straps to be. So we're going to take you could leave it just like this. This could be a beautiful tray on its own, but I want to make it look a little snazzy. So I head back to my Cricut, I hit that square, and then I'm going to make this a longer rectangle. Now, I wasn't sure if I wanted the handles to be 1.5 or 1 inch in width because it is a really bulky piece of wood. So I made 2 sets just in case, you never know. So I'm going to go to Make It, and then I am going to go to my materials. So it says Browse Materials. I'm going to type in Faux Suede, and then I'm going to click that Cricut version. It's just telling you to move the little rollers off to the side, and you guys don't even need to switch your blades. You use the blade it comes with. And now you'll see, so these are the little rollers. It's telling me I need to move over to the side. Make sure you move them back after you're done. And then I am going to take the Faux Suede. This is also from Cricut. It's like the little sampler pack. And I'm going to take my Strong Grip mat. Few pieces of tape just to make sure that this does not go anywhere once I feed it into my Maker 3. So now I'm just gonna load it in, feed it, press the little play button, and now we have ourselves the cutest little handles. So I decided on the 1.5 inch. Which one would you guys have done? The 1 inch or the bigger ones? I thought the bigger ones were more appropriate for how like beefy this piece of wood was. So that's what I decided to go with. So now I'm going to use the 1 inch as a marker. So I'm going to go in 1 inch on each side. I measure the top and the bottom to make sure I know where I want the handles to sit. Now I'm going to take these furniture tacks. And this was hard. I mean, you can't really get these super like straight across from each other, but you know what? These things are handmade. So to me, I would find beauty in that. I mean, I wouldn't want it to be perfect and look like a factory made it, in my opinion. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the right side of this handle. And then we'll do the same thing for the left side, you guys. And then this tray is completed and I think it looks great. This is a fun way of using your Cricut to take some scrap wood and make it a gorgeous piece to either keep for yourself, give as a gift for Christmas, or start selling them online or in a booth. But like I said, this is the sexiest thing I've ever made. And I told my husband, I don't know if I want to keep it or list it on the website, because this is definitely like my whole vibe right now. Recording this in the morning if you couldn't tell. Next I'm going to take this one is a 2x10 and I cut this in, like, we'll just say a 10x10. I'm using Hazelnut by Waverly and a baby cloth to stain this. This is a great way if you are in a time crunch or you don't have the time for oil-based stains to dry. Use this method because you can apply your heat gun to it and it dries super fast. So after this is dry, I'm going to take, you guys, Iron Orchid Designs came out with a cheetah stamp and y'all know I was about that. I get mine from Bonda at thepaintedheirloom.com and I always leave her link down in the description box. So now I'm taking a sanding block and I'm just prepping this. I've never used it before, so I'm prepping this to be used. Now, this is a 12x12 sheet and I've never worked with a 12x12 sheet before, so it was a little harder for me and I think I need more practice with it. I used my black ink on this, but my holdup was I didn't really know what part of the cheetah was going where, so it was hard for me to apply. And then because I didn't really know where I was going with it, I didn't put that much ink on it. So you'll see it as I lift it up. Like, do you see that? Now, it almost looks like I smeared it, but I didn't, because it's supposed to look like actual fur. And I just didn't press, like put enough ink on there and press it correctly. And then I tried it again on this side, and me being a scaredy cat, I again didn't put that much ink on it. And then yeah, so I wasn't happy with that, but I made it work. So I take some painter's tape and I'm going to put that across this piece of wood, and I'm going to take Black by Waverly and I'm going to cover that piece up. The left side didn't look that bad. It did look like cheetah. The bottom right, I didn't think was that good. So after I take that off, I'm going to find the middle point of my piece of wood. I did take this outside first and clear it with Clear Matte by Rust-Oleum. I mark my halfway point there. I'm taking this black clip and I'm going to screw that in. Then I will take black chalk paint by Waverly, cover that black up, and you guys, that's it. That's it. Did you see how easy this is? And you can make this your own by using different colors, different stamps. Instead of the cheetah, you can decoupage with like a napkin or tissue paper, or keep the cheetah off and just do the sleek black on the bottom right. And this is gorgeous. And you could put a family photo in of your family and give it to family and friends. Doesn't matter. So you guys, all right, we're going to be starting with some mason jar lids. You can buy a pack of these at Walmart and they're super inexpensive. And then I'm taking my Groove Books. If you guys don't know what Groove Books is, It's an app on your phone, and for $3.99 a month, you can upload 100 photos and you get them in these cute little books. They have the months on them. And for me, with social media and technology and all of that stuff, I really love having physical pictures to like hang up and frame and just things to put away, because who knows where Instagram is going to be or Facebook or whatever when I'm older. So it's just a great way to keep them, you know, close to your heart. So I'll leave the link for these down below. I believe the link gives you your first book free. And then again, like I said, it's $3.99 a month after that. And that includes shipping. So anyways, all I did was take the inside of the mason jar. I went ahead and traced out my photo. And then I'm going to hot glue the inside of the mason jar to the lid. Does that make sense? I feel like I say that all the time. Okay, so then I ran and I got some cardstock. And it doesn't matter what color the cardstock is. I just wanted to give this a thicker background, I guess you could say. And I also didn't want the hot glue to go directly onto my photo. I want it to go on this piece of paper so it doesn't wilt my photo up. Now, when you're cutting these, y'all, you got to make sure to cut pretty clean, because there's not going to be really any way to cover up those edges. So then I'm just taking my photos and I'm just cutting now around, getting that extra cardstock off. And now they feel like nice and thick. So I'm going to do the same thing with the other mason jar lids, just putting the insides in there. Voila, so easy. And then I'm taking my detailed Surebonder glue gun, and I'm using this one because it's not as high of a heat. I didn't want it to like melt anything or warp the pictures. So that's why I chose to use a lower heat glue gun. And then I'm just putting them in here. And you guys, if you like simple and clean looking stuff, you can just stop here. You could be done. But you know, I have to add more. So I'm taking this Dollar Tree ribbon and I'm going to put this around. Now, initially I started creating these and I was like, oh, I'm going to make these for my mother-in-law. And then my husband came home and saw them on the fridge and I go, so I decided I needed to keep them. I just love them so much. So closing that off, now I'm taking more ribbon and we're going to cut these into small sections. And y'all, we are going to make little mini messy bows, okay? So now I'm taking some twine and I'm just looping that around, looping. That way I don't have to cut like piece by piece by piece. Hank, get out of the trash. Sorry about that. And now we're gonna take our burlap, and this is also from Dollar Tree as well. And we're gonna cut those into smaller sections. And now we're gonna build our messy bow. So with messy bows, y'all, it is just about overlapping, crisscrossing, putting the ribbon in different directions so you can see them all when you place it together. I love these messy bows. Amber Strong, I see her a lot on Facebook. She does some awesome messy bows. You should definitely check her out. I do also have a bow video, and I will link that above and in the description box. So tying that off, I want this to be full and fluffy. So just fan it out. And then we are going to take a dollop of hot glue. And I want this to stand up so that when it's on the fridge, you're going to see the bow. I don't want it laying on top of the mason jar lid. I want it sticking up. So that's why I put a hefty amount of hot glue. And look at, oh my gosh, these are so cute. And then with the rest of them, y'all, I just kind of got ribbon and burlap and stuff that went with the colors on the photos. So for instance, this is a Easter photo. So I got some like peachy colors, burlap, some sparkly ribbon, and y'all are gonna just add as much as you want. Make them as full as you want. Have fun with them. So then I decided I wanted a little more to this bow. So I'm cutting dovetails. And then after I was like, you know what, this could be easier. Crafted by Corey, she folds her ribbons in half, folds them again, and then cuts the dovetail. And hello, genius, less work. And I'm all about less work. And then I'm just taking my lighter and just kind of scorching the bottom so that we don't have fraying. And then we're going to just start building that again. Crisscross, layer them in different directions. So that way when you tie them together, you're going to see all of these beautiful colors and textures. And it just makes for one gorgeous, gorgeous bow. So then I'm just tying the twine, and then I'm going to loop it around so that you can see that twine in the front too. And then I'm just going to tie it off in the back with a knot. There you go. And then again, my burlap was like falling apart, so be careful. This is Dollar Tree burlap. Burlap ribbon, what is it? Is this burlap ribbon? Yeah. Okay, and then again, a big dollop right where that seam was. So make sure when you're placing the ribbon that you're putting it towards the top so you can cover that seam up with your bow. Oh, in this bow, y'all, I put some lace, some twine, and like this satin fuchsia ribbon. And I covered the sides of it. I just wrapped a bunch of twine. And y'all, are you ready for this reveal? Haha, just kidding. Don't even know what I'm doing here. So we're gonna put magnets on it. Oh my gosh, I cracked myself up. I'm glad I could laugh at myself because my kids don't think I'm funny. So now I'm just taking these. Now keep in mind, y'all, there is a big pack of magnets that have 12 in it and a small pack of magnets that have 14 in it. So these are the bigger ones. And look at how adorable these turn. I could not get, I'll make her more, I promise. But like, these were just gorgeous. What do you all think about these? And they're so easy to make, no time at all. These did not take me a long time. Love them. Personalized gift. We are taking some steel gray, or I think it's just called steel, from Waverly chalk paint. And I am getting these, what are they? Wood panels, wood little crates, wood, I forget what they're called. But we are going to paint these. Now this was my preference to paint in between like the panels, the sides of them as well. And then I didn't know what I was gonna do with the back yet, so I kind of left those blank. But then right here, y'all, on the sides. So for whatever reason, in my mind, I kept thinking if these were on my table and someone went to go grab them, that I feel like they would think it looked unfinished with the like outer rim of it looking gray and then the inside being blank, like right here where I'm pushing the brush into. So then I started pushing the brush into it, but then I got smarter and just grabbed another paintbrush that was thinner and painted the inside. And again, I think it's so weird because I don't mind like the top view looking down and seeing that raw wood, but for whatever reason, I just thought it looked so weird not having these end compartments painted gray. I don't know, I'm weird. I know, that's just my preference. I just feel like it made it look like more of a finished product. So then after we're done with the gray, we're gonna go ahead and take our white chalk paint and then we're gonna dry brush. So I'm just dipping it in the paint, then dabbing it onto my pad and then going over this. And I just really think that it gives these a little bit more texture, a little bit more dimension. It adds a little bit more zhuzh to it, you know? Who wants a boring coaster? Not me, no ma'am. Okay, so we are going to continue to do that on the rest of these here. And you could use acrylic paint or whatever you'd like on these. So then we're taking these rub-on transfers. Y'all need to pick up these rub-on transfers. They can be used for so many things. They could be put on so many surfaces, and I just love them. And the possibilities are endless with them. So all you have to do is you put them on, they have a little bit of tackiness on them, and then you are just going to get something like this as a scraper, and you're just pressing down on it. And you can see how like it goes from black and then it kind of turns like a cloudy color. That's how you know it's transferred onto whatever you're putting it on. So I'm going to continue picking different ones. And I ended up going with like 2 cursive ones and then 2 regular printed transfers just to kind of change it up. They also have, if you can't find these exact ones, they have just regular letter transfers so that you can spell out your own thing. You know, you can spell out home, your last name, whatever it may be. And I just thought these were so, so adorable. love the way they turned out. If you guys didn't know, we don't have like family here in Kansas. So it's not like I have a million people to gift to, but even if I did, I'm so keeping these as well. So basically I'm keeping everything I made today. Just kidding. I mean, I'll give away like 2 things. I don't know. Okay, so after this, you guys, we are going to grab some Mod Podge, and these transfers work so well with Mod Podge. They don't smear, they don't lift. They're just wonderful. And I added the Mod Podge because I want this to have longevity. You're going to have wet cups on them, so you don't want the wood swelling up or anything like that. So I applied these to all of them here. Voila. I love the way they turned out. You're going to wait for those to dry. And then I wanted these to be practical. I wanted you to use them in real life. And I'm sorry, but if you were to just leave them as is, then if you have condensation on your cup, it's just going to drip through and go on your table anyways. Am I right or am I right? So what I did was take the cork from Dollar Tree. I cut out some squares to fit it, and I cut them down just a little smaller than the actual frame so you wouldn't be able to see them. And then this was my thought process, okay, you guys? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue the back of this paneled wood, and then I'm going to stick the cork side face down on this first one, right? So now we have the adhesive part facing us. I'm going to peel that off, and then I'm going to take the other one, put that on top, and now you have a usable coaster. So look at how darling these turned out. I mean, come on now. Like any friend would want to receive those. All right, next one, y'all. We are taking a chalkboard. Now, I've had this down in my stash for I don't know how long. It is so dirty. So we need to wipe this up here. So the best way to clean any chalkboards are with baby wipes or a wet paper towel. Works like a charm every time here. And then we are going to season a chalkboard. So I'm pre-seasoning this for whoever's going to receive it. And you pre-season chalkboards because chalkboards are very porous. So if you've ever gotten a new chalkboard and immediately wrote on it and left that on there for overnight or something and tried to take it off and that chalk was still on there when you wiped off, that is why. So I'm pre-seasoning it before I stick my vinyl on here. Now, this is a little design I created in my Cameo. Now, for those of you that do not have a vinyl cutting machine, some other ideas. One, the black sticker letters from Dollar Tree, you can paint those white and then stick on here and maybe put like menu or what's for dinner. And then you can take the same stickers painted white or whatever color you want, and then just go down the side with like the MTWTH. You know what? You picking up what I'm putting down here? Or another idea is to get the wood letters from Dollar Tree, and you can put, you know, Veltree's menu or just menu or whatever you want at the top. And then again, with those wooden letters, you can put MTW for the dates down the side. And I think that would be also beautiful. I like the wooden idea a lot. Now, y'all can get too these, this chalkboard I had gotten on clearance. I bought a bunch of them at Michael's, but Joann's has basic chalkboards in a bigger size. I think they're about $8. Use their coupon, and it's very inexpensive. It has a wood frame, so you can paint it whatever color you want, and then you can hot glue some nautical rope to the top. So there's just some other ideas if you don't have a vinyl cutting machine. So y'all, this is super easy to create. And this would be an amazing gift for a mom that's trying to get organized in the new year, for grandma, for, you know, that cooking spouse that you have. This is just, it's nice and it's useful. Somebody can use this. There is nothing worse than getting a gift and then being like, okay, this is getting stuck in the closet. So here's the outcome. Please do not mind my hanging. We have no nails in our walls yet at all. So just finding different places to hang these, but I absolutely love that. All right, now this is a requested video. This is the personalized ornament. So what I did was I got my handwriting, I wrote it on a piece of paper, took a picture of it, and now in my Cameo, I just opened the picture, and then I'm gonna go over to my trace button. And you can also do this on the Cricut. And I'm going to go ahead and trace the handwriting. Now you'll see how it turns yellow. That means it is going to cut whatever is highlighted yellow. So then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hit the trace button, and I'm gonna move this. Now, if you do not have a Cameo or a Cricut, you can also use a paint pen and just put that handwriting directly on to your ornament. It does not have to be vinyl. If you have a paint pen and you go over it with some Mod Podge, it is going to last forever. So taking this wood round cutout, this is from Dollar Tree. Y'all, I had no idea where I was going with this ornament whatsoever. So this video is kind of all over the place. So I'm applying my vinyl cutout here. It says, Everly, you are strong, you are beautiful, you are enough. I love you, Mom. And I chose like a sparkly vinyl here because Everly's extra, just like her mama. So then Hank has to come in. Of course he has to come in. And this was at our old house, you guys, and he is such a ham. You see wrinkles for days. He's like, hello, I am Hank. My name's Hank-a-Doodle Dandy, and I like to paint. And then this fool, I swear, he has no boundaries. He just got straight up on my table like, boy's gonna have to learn some lessons here. Okay, so then I decided to paint the back because I thought that I was done. So you do not have to do this step at all because we're gonna cover it. So then I go ahead and I get some string. I think this is kind of like a suede, I don't know. I think you make bracelets. I buy anything that's on clearance, y'all. Come on. No, seriously, anything that's on clearance. And then we're going to go ahead and cut that. And then I'm going to string some pearls in here because my daughter is super fancy. She is so girly, loves dressing up, all of that stuff. So I thought this fit perfectly. Then I'm going to take some of this diamond wrap from Dollar Tree. And then we are going to also take some polka dot ribbon as well, and then we are going to cut that polka dot ribbon down the middle. Sorry this clip is so slow and dragging out, but I edited this a long time ago and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the slowest part ever. So anyways, we're going to take those and we're going to tie them around the base of those pearls. And what's fun about this, y'all, is that you can customize this to anybody's personality, you know, like make it their color, put flowers on it, put dinosaur, you know what I'm saying? Like just customize it to their personality. So then I printed a picture. I just have a regular printer, y'all, nothing fancy. Just printed this out in black and white. Thought the black and white fit perfect with the colors of my ornament. And this is where, you guys, I was like, I didn't know I was going to do a picture. That's why I painted the back. So cutting this out, make sure you do a clean cut, clean as you can, because I'm not going to be covering the outside of this. And then since I had already put that ribbon there, I had to cut down the middle. And then I'm going to apply a light, even coat of Mod Podge. Now make sure it's even, you guys. I put a little bit on our paper and then we're going to smooth that down. Now what I did not record for whatever reason is after this had dried completely, I then went over the picture with some more Mod Podge. That way this is going to last until well after I am not in this world anymore so that my daughter can enjoy it for her entire life. So here it is. This is seriously my favorite. I get teary-eyed. Love knowing that my daughter, when I am no longer here one day, or she's having a difficult year or something, and she grabs this out of her Christmas decorations, she will smile and she will know that she's strong, beautiful, and enough, and that I love her. Okay, next project, you guys. I had this, obviously it was a different color. I messed it up, sanded it down. This has been sitting in my basement as well. This is 7.25 by 16 piece of wood. I am taking my vinyl cutout. Again, if you guys do not have vinyl, another option would be to take the wooden letters from Dollar Tree, or you can take the letters, sticker letters from Dollar Tree as well. And my first thought was to take the Dollar Tree stickers and do friends on the top, but put the different colored dots in between those letters so that it looked like Friends, the TV show. But I was giving this as a gift to my best friend. So I decided to make a vinyl cutout because they are my friends, well, my two best friends that I have here are my family. So I wanted to make this a little bit more personal. So I put friends, our family we choose. I know that's not the exact saying, but it's what I made. So peeling this off, this is permanent vinyl. So cute and so easy. Then taking a piece of twine, we're gonna tie it in a knot. I do a double knot on the end. I'm gonna go about 3 inches up on this wood sign. And then we are going to get the staple gun and we are just going to staple. Now make sure you staple right near that knot, okay? Now the trick right here on the other side, y'all, is you need to pull that twine tight. And the reason I say that is because when people over time are, you know, putting their clips on it and things like that, that twine is going to get loosened up. So then I'm adding some cute little clips to it. You guys can use the clothespins from Dollar Tree. They have the smaller ones. And then here we go. Isn't that so darling? And these are my best friends. That's Erin and Jessica. We do everything together, my besties for life. And I am so excited. Look at how cute and easy that was, y'all. Love it. Hope you... Feels weird being in front of the camera again. Okay. Dang, killing it. Killing it. She's killing it. Killing it. Okay, this is going up. Are my armpits shaved? Yep. Y'all are welcome as usual. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Sammy. I am very extremely classy with a K on every day that ends with a Y. So it could be, that's you. If you're on the like struggle bus, probably 7 out of the 7 days, let's be real, then you'll love this channel. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I'm like just super stoked and like jazzed and like super hyper to even be filming this intro right now, but I have to go pick up my kids. And guess what? It's 72 degrees here in Kansas in December. So once the husband gets home, we are definitely going to enjoy some time outside. I will probably still wear a sweater because I'm weird like that and I'm cold, like no matter what. Okay, bye you guys. To put back in your business, which is always a good thing. So with that said, oh, do I start over? I think I'm gonna start over. What are some wood use, which is nice because you're going to save money that way. Don't like this. Ugh. I need to like, what is it that I'm trying to do here? Any hardware store, okay? So with that said, you guys, we are gonna hop in and we are gonna start making these 6 super, no. I always have to kill it. DIYs. Oh my gosh, can I just do this? Hey you guys, welcome back. It's Sammy. This is Unicorn Dust Designs, where we do DIYs and wood signs and DIYs. That's what we do at this channel. If you are still here after I did that, then I feel like I'm just like talking around and around and around myself. Take 3. We are doing this. Okay. Christmas DIY gifts that are sure to blow. Why do I keep saying it's sure to blow? Like what? Blow them out of the waters? Blow their minds? No. Did you brush your teeth today? Probably not. I need to start doing my makeup again. I mean, I did my makeup, but like really do my makeup. You got like a bunch of different foundations you never use, like 30 eyeshadow palettes you never use. That's what happens when you work from home and all just goes downhill. Okay. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that first one. Hold on. Hi, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I